What is going on, internet world? My name is Tom. You probably know me as Rivet, and I'm your coach of the Atlanta Braviaries, the highest flying, flyest looking team on YouTube. We are here with our Week 7 battle of the UBL against Coach Celestial and the Mythical Minums. This is going to be a great match. Welcome to the workshop. Alrighty guys, we are here breaking down our Week 7 matchup for the UBL against Celestial and the Mythical Minums. He's got a really scary team, but I think we have a good squad to take him on this week. First up, he's got Gliscor, very defensive ground and flying type, base 125 defense. With the Toxic Heal ability, it's incredibly tough to break down just because it recovers so much HP. Earthquakes hit really hard, it can Swords Dance up with stuff like Facade as well. It can U-turn out, it can knock off, it can set Stealth Rocks and remove them with Defog. It's just a very bulky mon. It does get pressured pretty hard by my Weavile this week. So maybe he doesn't bring it, but again, it's a very good mon, just for pretty much any matchup. Next up is Mega Heracross, an absolutely absurd wall breaker, bug and fighting type, base 185 attack, I believe, with the skill link ability. Close combats hit incredibly hard. Pin Missile, Rock Blast, Bullet Seed, they all hit very hard when boosted up by that skill link. It can Sword Stance up, which is bad. It can substitute, bulk up. Gets a bunch of great moves, knock off as well. Mega Heracross, I don't have a lot of good answers for. Nothing on my team really wants to take close combat plus Rock Blast, so I definitely have to play around Mega Cross the best I can. Might have to start sacking some stuff off. I do have very good revenging options for it though, so hopefully I can handle it pretty well. But if he gets a Swords Dance up, I'm probably just gonna get clocked to the next dimension anyway. Next up is Scizor, a very offensive and defensive sometimes, bug and steel type. With the Technician ability, Bullet Punch hits really hard with Technician. It can U-turn around, it can knock off, it can superpower, Swords Dance, it can roost for longevity, it can defog hazards away. Celestial really likes Choice Banded Scissor with Bullet Punch, so if it comes, I would definitely expect a Choice Banded set. However, Skarmory and Moltres handle it fairly well. Knockoff will do a lot to Moltres, obviously, and I don't want to lose my boots, but Scizor really can't touch Skarmory unless he's like a really bulky Swords Dancing set with like something like Knockoff or Superpower. That could be kind of spooky. But otherwise, don't really expect Scissor this week. Next up is Milotic. Again, a huge bulky water type for my team to break down, and it's super good in this match. Probably a Marvel Scale set is what I would expect this week with Flame Orb to help it handle Mega Medicham. It also keeps it from getting toxic from something like Gastrodon. And Milo is just super bulky, super bad. So stuff like Scald, Recover, it can flip, turn around, Ice Beam, it can Haze, and it's just so bulky. Base 95 HP, base 125 special defense, and respectable physical defense, especially when boosted up by Marvel Scale. Next up is Nihilego, a very powerful Ultra Beast, Poison, and Rock type, very offensive and very defensive with very respectable HP and special defense. Incredibly frail on the physical side. However, it is very tough to break down from the special side. It can run Choice Scarf sets incredibly easily and Beast Boost up. It can also run something like Meteor Beam with a speed boosting set and to clean in the late game, which could be really scary. Then moves like Sludge Wave, Power Gem, Thunderbolt, Dazzling Gleam, Grass Knot, all hit very hard. I have a decent answer to it in Gastrodon. However, if he were to pop something like my Rindo Berry, as you'll see early, I would be in a pretty bad shape, and pretty bad shape against Nihilego in the late game. Next up is Raikou, a very fast, offensive, electric type with the pressure ability. It's a great sub Calm Mind user, alongside with pressure with moves like Thunderbolt, Scald, War Sphere, and Shadow Ball. He can Volt Switch around. I think it also has very good natural bulk. So in this game, it's one of his better switch-ins to Magneton. Magneton does a pretty good number to his team. So maybe something like a bulky AV set with some speed comes this week because he can scare me out with Aura Sphere or something of the sort. However, it is hard shut down by Gastrodon. Really no Raikou set except for something like Sub-Toxic Protect. Does really anything against my Gastrodon. He can PP stall and whittle me down with Toxic, but anything else really Gastro eats for days. Next up, Togekiss. Very bulky, fairy, and flying type with the Serene Grace ability, or Super Luck if he's feeling cheesy. Air Slash Flinching is incredibly tough to handle, especially in conjunction with something like Thunder Wave. Dazzling Gleam hits really hard. It also gets moves like Flamethrower, Aura Sphere, can Roost for longevity, and defog hazards away. I'm not really sure if Togekiss comes. I don't have super reliable answers to it this week, but so maybe he'll just bring it for hazard removal if he doesn't have it on something like Scizor or Gliscor. Next up, Incineroar, a very bulky pivot, a fire and dark type with the Intimidate ability. It's a great parting shot user. It flare blitzes, knockoffs. He can U-turn around if he's something like Assault Vest and he doesn't want to run parting shot. It also is a probably good option to run U-turn this week, as if he Incineroar doesn't learn Iron Head. If he's not carrying Iron Head Diancie, he's a really good switch into it. And with the clear body ability, I would stop his parting shotting. So I would probably expect him to be running something like U-turn this match, either with heavy duty boots or Assault Vest, just because it is one of his better switch into Gengar. Next up, Mesprit, bulky and offensive psychic type with the levitate ability. Definitely expecting Mesprit this week, just a defensive rocking set with U-turn, and something like Dazzling Gleam or Thunderbolt or Energy Ball, as it's one of his best and really only switch-ins to Mega Medicham, as it resists its dual stab, and Mega Medicham doesn't really learn any moves to hit it. But base 105 in attack, special attack, defense, and special defense with 80 speed, I believe. It's pretty solid. It gets a great move pool and can nasty plot up and do a bunch of good things. And then last but not least is Miltank, a very bulky normal type with the scrappy, thick fat, and sap sipper abilities. Very bulky, very fast. It's a great stealth rock setter. It's a great cleric with heal bell. It can milk drink up for recovery and just seismic toss or body slam, spread some status. Again, Miltank, not really sure if it comes this match. It could come just for a ghost resist for Gengar, but I think Incin does that a whole lot better. And it just invites something in like Mega Medicham or Skarmory or anything of the sort. So let's hop into what I am bringing this match. Leading us off, we got the Remedy. We got Mega Medicham. Running a fully offensive set this week. High jump, kick, then headbutt, ice punch, and bullet punch. Max attack, Jolly with enough speed. 2 outspeed, fully invested Gliscor. These moves kind of just shred his entire team, bar Mesprit. I'm running high jump kick this week. He doesn't have a ghost type, and I'm kind of ready to, just smash some stuff in. I really want the damage output. Something like Togekiss can obviously resist high jump kick, or he can be running like Protect on something if he's a Wish Protect set, or Protect on something like Milotic or Gliscor to try to get off their respective orbs. So I got to keep that in mind. High jump kicks looks really good. Zen headbutt also looks really good. He doesn't have great switch-ins to Zen. Ice punch is there for Gliscor, and then bullet punch is there for Nihilego in the late game, especially if he's like a speed boosting set. Bullet punch kind of smashes that thing because he doesn't have good physical defense at all. So really need Remedy to break some holes in this team. It is so bulky. I need it to threaten Gligar. This is a good thing to come in against Mega Heracross as well. Zen headbutt would send that thing for a ride, and it would force him into a 50-50 on that Incin coming in or something else. Next up, Windshield is Skarmory coming with a bulky Rocky Helmet set again with the sturdy ability. Brave Bird, Spikes, Roost, and Taunt. Fully physically defensive to try to take some hits from Mega Heracross. If he's like max attack adamant, he still has a good chance to two-shot me, especially after rocks. After rocks, I'm just toasted. So Brave Bird would obviously clock that thing if he doesn't hit me or if I can try to live it. Spikes are there just because Stealth Rocks aren't super great, and I like the ability to hazard stack something like Milo coming in, try to chip it down for some good damage. Roost is there for longevity, and then Taunt is to stop something, like Miltank or Mesprit, setting up rocks or doing anything of the sort. Next up, Dr. Milburn, the Moltres, coming with an offensive set this week with the heavy duty boots and the flame body ability. Fire Blast, Hurricane, Scorching Sands, and Defog. He doesn't have super good answers to Moltres. I'm really liking these 3 moves. Fire Blast and Hurricane hit pretty much everything hard except for Nihilego. Scorching Sands is there for that. It also hits Incineroar. And then Defog just for removing any hazards from something like Gliscor or Nihilego. I really wanted to run U-turn just for pivoting, but Defog, I want to keep the hazards clean. I haven't been doing a good job of that this season in the UBL, and I want to try to change that this match to hopefully make my team fare a little bit better. So I got to play Milburn smart. Can't lose my boots to something like a knockoff from Incineroar, so I got to keep that in mind. Next up, Thunderous Nail, the Gastrodon. He's coming back with the Rindo Berry set and Storm Drain, Scald, Earthquake, Recover, and Toxic. Max HP, enough special defense to take a +1 Meteor Beam into a +1 Grass Knot with my Rindo Berry from Nihilego after rocks. Scald hits that pretty hard. Also, Earthquake hits it really hard. This is my best answer to Raikou, as I said. Recover is there for longevity, and then Toxic is going into Milotic. Milotic comes in on this thing incredibly easily. I'm hoping I can get a Toxic off on this before his Flame Orb pops. If he doesn't have Flame Orb, fantastic. If he's something like Leftovers, that'll make my life a whole lot easier. He can Toxic me back, obviously. We can play this little stall game of bulky waters, but I think I have a pretty good chance of doing that. I'm really hoping he doesn't bring Flame Orb. If he doesn't, that'll make my life a whole lot easier. Next up, Symphony Regalia, bringing some heat to Diancie. Running a Life Orb set this week. Trick Room offensive. Diamond Storm, Moonblast, Earth Power, and Trick Room. Celestial I'm 0-2 against. He's a really great battler, and he's brought some really funky stuff to beat me. And last time it was a Trick Room Bronzong. So I'm bringing the heat back against him. Diancie looks really strong this match. He doesn't have a Rock Resist. His best answer to switching against Rock is Gliscor, obviously. Moonblast sends that thing for a ride, especially if he's like physically defensive or anything of the sort. Earth Power is there for Nihilego. I considered Mystical Fire for Scizor, but Diamond Storm would smack that thing on switching anyway, and if he's Bullet Punch, it just like crushes me anyway. And then Trick Room, obviously, for some cheese. This is a pretty good win con. I really hope it works. I got to chip down my Milotic a fair bit in order for this to work, because Moonblast is doing like approximately 40%. So I need some good chip on it before I can do anything, but I really hope it works. If it doesn't, it's just a good switch in to come in against something like Incineroar if he's not carrying Iron Head. And then last but not least, we got Trinity the Magneton running a choice spec set this week with Analytic, Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Flash Cannon, and Steel Beam, max special attack with a Timid Nature. This is my best answer to come in and try to smash that Milotic. I can get huge damage off on it. This also hits Togekiss really hard. If he's running Flame Thrower, it'll make it a little bit less effective. But this set is hitting really, really hard. He does not have good answers to Thunderbolt plus Flash Cannon. His best answer is Raikou, and I can chip that thing really hard with Analytic Thunderbolts on the switch in. If he brings Gliscor, I'm really hoping I can catch it with a Steel Beam, a spec Steel Beam with Analytic. I mean, obviously, I'm going to take like half my health, but I can crunch Gliscor, and that would be super funny. But otherwise, if I don't see Gliscor, just locking into Thunderbolt is super safe. Same with Volt Switch. I can pivot around his team. Maybe he thinks I'm Magnet Pull for Scizor, so he plays that a little bit differently. But I'm just trying to smack some stuff this week and set up Regalia or set up Milburn for a late game. So with that out of the way, let's hop into this match. Alrighty guys, we're about to hop into this match against Celestial and the Mythical Minums. You can see the 6 I expect them to bring up on the screen. Gliscor, Mega Heracross, Milotic, Incineroar, Togekiss, and Mesprit. I could definitely also see that Nihilego or the Raikou in there. You've seen the 6 I am bringing in, why I am bringing them. So without any further ado, let's hop into this match. Okay, we do see Scizor, we do see Raikou, we do see Miltank. Very interesting. I got a lot of stuff wrong again. I still can't believe Scizor came. It came in my mock, but I really didn't think it was coming. So no Mesprit means Medi gets to do her job a whole lot better. No Milo is also kind of shocking. And then no Gliscor means that it's Magneton time. So, see Scizor, Raikou. I'm incredibly surprised as to why Miltank is here. Because frankly, I don't know what it does for him, besides sets rocks, I guess. But Skarm comes in on that every single time. He can taunt me, but Body Press squishes that thing. Raikou, I definitely got to play around. I got to keep Skarmory around for Scizor. Milburn can do a little bit, but I can't switch in on that. I can't take a knockoff. This presence of Scizor means Symphony's Trick Room shenanigans. Symphony's Trick Room shenanigans might not be as effective, but hopefully I can smack that. But otherwise, Symphony looks really, really strong in this match. Thundersnail, really only useful for Raikou, but I gotta make sure I keep Thundersnail healthy because of Raikou. From a lead perspective, he could totally lead Scizor, try to U-turn out. He could lead Raikou, or he could lead Miltank to set rocks. I think I like my Trinity lead. It matches up pretty well against everything that he's got. A Body Press from Miltank would hurt, but if he leads Raikou, then I can go into Thundersnail incredibly easily. If he Toxics me straight away, good play. So I'm going to lead Trinity here. I think it's a pretty solid lead. I do lead. Alright, so we see the instant lead. Unless he's got a butt ton of speed on this, he's not going to outspeed me. I'm just going to fire off a Volt Switch. He'll see that I'm Specs. If he switches out into something, I'll get a nice little analytic boost. So 43, that does a good chunk. Let's count that investment. So 43 from Incin. He's not invested at all on the special side. So this was his Weavile answer. It looks like he's probably max defense if I were to guess. I'm going to switch into Symphony. If he goes for a Iron Head, great play. If he parting shots, I'll block that. Let's see what he goes. He's going to toss off Toxic. Good play. If he goes for Iron Head here, fantastic play. I really hope he doesn't do that. So I'm going to click Diamond Storm. If he goes for Iron Head, he goes for Protect. Okay, that's fine. So that's not super exciting, but if I were to guess here, he probably goes into Miltank. I know I really don't need. I'm gonna fire off another Diamond Storm. He doesn't have a resist to it. He's gonna go into Miltank. That's fine. Fire off a Diamond Storm. He's gonna see I'm Life Orb. I get a defense boost. I'm gonna take some Toxic Chip. He can set up rocks. He can heal Bell. I'm just gonna go straight into Wind Shear. He can Seismic Toss as well. He's gonna set his rocks. That's fine. And I'm going to set Alaris Spikes. Force him to defog later with Togekiss. Raikou comes out. That's fine. Body Press would have tickled that thing. I probably should have gone for it. But hard into Thundersnail we go. He's probably going to toss off a Toxic here. Go for Aura Sphere. He's going to sub up. That's fine. Sub-Toxic would be bad. I'm just going to fire off EQ. Yep, there's the Sub-Toxic. Very good prep on Celestial's part. I knew that was probably coming. He can sub up again. That would be bad. Or I can also go into Symphony and try to take this thing on. But this Raikou is definitely going to be an issue, I can already tell. So I'm just going to go for... he can go into Togekiss here. That's fairly safe. If I Toxic and he subs again, I'm going to be in a really bad spot. So I think I like... I got to be very careful about this Raikou because I'm already going to take a lot, especially if he goes for sub here. Or if I go for Scald, it might not break his... He's not leftovers, which is interesting. I wonder what he is. So if he's like offensive, Scald will break sub. So I'll go for a nice Scald here. He's going to sub up again. Please break. Alright, excellent. Maybe he's like Resto Chesto. That'd be kind of bad. So if I were to bet he's Thunderbolt, and then his last move must be Aura Sphere. So I don't want to stay in again, because I'll take a lot of damage. But granted, this is really what I only need this thing for Raikou. And if he's content to, you know, he's at half now, and Thundersnail is doing his job. I could make the aggressive double into Symphony, and I could hit it really hard with a Diamond Storm, already Toxic. So the question is, what does he go into? Probably Togi to try to wish back into something if he's got a wish. Or I'm gonna make the double into Symphony. I wanna go into Symphony this time because I don't super need it. It's already getting chipped down. Scizor is there for pressuring it, and I want to try to get on the front foot. So let's see what happens. He stays in. He's gonna go for another one. All right. Well, that's not stellar, but what are you gonna do? I'll just go for a nice Earth Power here. Break sub. If he's got Rest, Thunderbolt. Oh, he's gonna kill me. Well, that's stinky. Oh, he's Life Orb. Wow. All right. Very interested to see that. Well, I'm just gonna go back into Thundersnail. My Toxic is reset at this point, which is pretty cool. He can hit me with a nice Aura Sphere here, but no Nihilego means he goes hard into Heracross. Please, let's Scald Burn. Scald Burn. Pretty please. Pretty please. Darn it. All right. Well, that is Tri-Sad. However, this Raikou is at 16%. Bullet Punch will 100% kill this thing. I think I want to stay in and Scald. Try to get a burn. I can let him kill me here because Remedy comes in on that Raikou when he's not behind a sub. I could try to keep this healthy for Togekiss just because nothing else super wants to handle it, but at the same time, Thundersnail's not going to be able to handle it. I can Toxic, but that's pretty much it. So the question is, do I want to try to be aggressive and go into Milburn? If he goes for Rock Blast, I will lose Milburn, which is my... That's the thing. What does Milburn do for me? Because if I lose Milburn or Thundersnail here, I can just go hard into Remedy and click Zen. Instinct can come in, High Jump Kick will macerate that. He can also sack off Raikou. That's what I'd probably expect him to do. Because Wind Shear from this Mega Heracross is going to get smoked. Yeah, after Rocks, I'm completely gone. Yeah, I'm gonna stay in and click Scald here. If he starts setting up, that's okay. If he kills me, that's also fine. But Thundersnail has mostly done his job. This Raikou is going to be at 4%. He's just going to click CC. That's fine. Well, my play is to go into... I can go into Milburn. I can go into Remedy and click Zen. If I miss the Zen, that'd be pretty bad. He'll go into Incin, but Incin I can't imagine takes a High Jump Kick. Even fully invested with Intimidate. Oh yeah, High Jump Kick still wrecks that thing. Yeah, let's go into... I can also go into Milburn here and try to defog and pressure that, but I think I like Remedy the best. I'm going to try to put on some pressure. Because Zen will definitely bonk this thing. He doesn't have a good switch into it. I would expect him to probably just sack off Raikou here. So he doesn't really have anything that wants to take a hit from this thing. Alright, Incin comes out. That's fine. He's going to take Spikes. Oh, he's Boots. Well, I'm just going to click High Jump Kick. Alright. Oh, he's got Protect on this, so I can't click High Jump Kick. That's a very good prep. I'm going to go into Milburn. Hopefully he doesn't knock off. I should have faked out. I should have High Jump Kicked that time. I forgot that he had Protect on this. He's going to go into Togi. That's fine. You'll probably defog. Or you'll try to start flinching me. I'm going to click Fire Blast, I think. See how much this does. Probably not a lot. He's probably specially defensive, but hopefully he defogs. He's going to go into Miltank. Miltank is not going to enjoy this, I don't think. I missed my Fire Blast. That is bad. I don't know what you're going to do. You probably went into that set rocks. That's alright. I don't know if you're Thick Bat. You probably sap Thick Bat for Weavile. So I'm going to click... He might have Rock Slide on this thing. I'm going to go This is going very poorly. I really wish I hit that. That would have done a lot. Like, Hurricane will chunk this thing, but if he's got Rock Slide, I'll be in a bad spot. No, I'm gonna go for Hurricane. I gotta try to get back into this. Hurricane does 51. He's gonna go for Seismic Toss. Cool. I'm gonna click it again. Hopefully I hit it. Nope. Seismic Toss again. And I don't have Roost, so please Milburn. All right. Well, I got one kill. That's exciting. Milburn still has her boots. She can do her job. And Skarmory is still healthy for taking on Senor Scizor. So he definitely goes into Raikou here and just clicks Volt Switch. I mean, he doesn't have it. He's got Thunderbolt. So he's got one more hit in him. His last move has to be Aura Sphere. So I think my play would be to go and sack off Magneton. Because I need Skarmory. Yeah, Raikou comes out. The question is, do I need Magneton more or Moltres more? I think I need Magneton more just because it crunches that Togekiss. And I don't have a good answer to deal with Togekiss anyway. If he goes for Thunderbolt, he kills himself along with me. And I can handle Heracross without Moltres. I have Remedy still. Wind Shear is still at full. If he's not speed invested on Heracross, then actually, hold on. What happened to that Heracross? He got Scaldburned, or he got scalded by my Thunders now. So I can calc some damage on that and see if he's speed invested or not. Scald did 24, so he's got bulk. He's got a lot of it. I think that's max HP. I think that's max HP. Adamant. So I think Magneton should be able to outspeed it. But that's a huge if. Because he was base Heracross. That's my Gastrodon set. I'm pretty sure that has to be speed invested. So I think I'm gonna click Scorching Sands here. If he kills me, that's fine. He'll kill himself. If he clicks Aura Sphere into Magneton, that's also fine. But I think that he's gonna Thunderbolt and kill me. That's okay. Alright, well, Moltres is dead, so is Raikou. And my play here is to go into Trinity, I think. It should be able to outspeed Heracross. It will mash Scizor pretty good. It hits pretty much everything. So I think my play is Trinity. If I'm calcing something wrong, and alright, Togi comes out. This thing totally could have Flamethrower, but he's got to be speed invested though. Togekiss. Have I seen anything from this guy yet? Flamethrower. Flamethrower, if he's uninvested, wouldn't kill me. And Thunderbolt smacks it. I'm hoping he's not speed invested, but at this point, I'm definitely losing, so I gotta click Thunderbolt. No, he outspeeds me. He crit me! I think that mattered, Unless he was invested, that mattered. That majorly stinks, but what are you gonna do? Well, he could be Choice Scarf. That's another option. I'm just gonna click. I wonder if Bullet Punch kills. Well, I've lost now. I think I'm very sad. Togekiss. Wow, this doesn't even do a whole lot. Click Ice Punch here. Instant comes out. Freeze it. Sad. I'm gonna click. This is a 50-50 on whether he clicks Protect in front of my High Jump Kick. Good prep by Celestial. I really hope that Flamethrower didn't matter. If that crit mattered, I'm going to be very sad. But here's the thing. If he protects and I HJK and I miss, I don't really care. Because then I click it again, I got to hit it. He can go into Togi. I'm going to click Ice Punch. I think he protects. Nope, I got it wrong. Flare Blitz, I lived it, but... Well, the good news is he's going to die to another Ice Punch, but... good plays. Very good plays by Celestial. Hate to see it, but... he's definitely Choice Scarfed. I'm going to Bullet Punch and hope it does enough. It's not going to do anything, realistically. And then Scissor can kill me. So let's go for a Bullet Punch here. Let's see how much it does. 64, nothing. Yeah. Scarf Togekiss, man. I knew I didn't have a whole lot for Togi offensively, but that totally stinks. Well, go for a Brave Bird here. He's going to claim the last kill. GG's. That really stinks. Had I kept Diancie around, that would have been a whole lot different. I think I could have handled that better if I brought a regular Diancie set. So, well, that totally stinks, man. I think had I not attempted to bring the Heat Diancie, that would have been a different game. Because like a Spidef Diancie with Heal Bell, that would have helped Thunder Snail. Yeah, totally would have handled this thing a whole lot better. He could have chucked me a Scarf, but that's fine. But, you know, that's my own fault for trying to be stupid. So, GG's to Celestial. You know, taking a little bit of a slide in the UBL here, but hopefully we can get back on track next week. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.